Hey guys, it's Kelsey. I'm back with another scrapbooking process video. This is for the Stop Drop Create Challenge for the Secret Not Secret Kit Club's party weekend, which was last month. So Christina gave us a super cool design to work from. She basically gave us the bones of a design and then showed us multiple different ways we could use it. And right away when I saw what she did, I was like, I'm doing that with this collection because I have a lot of 3x4 cards. They're all super cute and I don't want a ton of them left over at the end of the month. I really want to try to get them used up on these pages, and the design she showed us used 4 of them. So I went ahead and pulled out the Jenny collection. I have the 3x4 card pack for this collection. I thought it would be a really fun design to use with it. So I went ahead and pulled out 4 of the ones I thought would be most difficult for me to use, which usually always is the multicolored ones. They are such beautiful cards, but I have such a hard time using the more multicolored products because I usually stick to like 2 or 3 colors on a layout. Because it's easier for my brain to get around what I need to do and how to balance all the colors. But with this design, it was super cool because you have all your multicolor cards in a strip, and then I could just pull, little colors from those pocket cards across the page, but my background could be neutral. So that's really what I wanted to go for. I went ahead and pulled out the Aqua Solid from the Jenny collection. You saw me at the beginning of the video kind of audition these cards on the solid pink versus the aqua, and ended up going with the aqua. I thought it really let the cards stand out a lot more than on the pink. So I'm trying to create my background here with those cards and the aqua background paper. I could have just glued these cards straight onto the Aqua Solid, but I'm trying to gut. I love the solids that come in the Felicity Jane collections. They coordinate so well with the other papers that I wanted to save any little bit I could for a future layout. So I just saved a little strip there and then covered up that gap with this row of pocket cards. And then I have 2 4x6 photos here, which I'm trimming down to 4x4. This is from, I want to say, I don't even know what year this is. This is in my album going backwards, and this is when I was home for a weekend from college and we had a horse show. So one of my friends has horses and she lets me ride them, and so whenever she goes to to a horse show and she has extra horses and spaces in her trailer, she'll bring horses for me and my sister to ride. So Silver here is the buckskin. He's the one on the left with the green and yellow reins. And he's my main man. I love Silver. Silver's my boy. And I guess you'll see more of my horse riding in my going backwards albums because I was doing a lot of competitions. Silver and I were big into the cowboy mounted shooting. We love barrel racing, but barrel racing was more practice for us to do our mounted shooting competitions, which was a whole lot of fun. But me and him, we were like, I don't know even how, bonded, man. We knew what each other were thinking. We were like a team and we had so much fun. It's so much fun doing a sport that you both love and work together so well to do. So I love when I can ride Silver. And then you'll also see this other horse here. She's a little gray paint mare, gray and white paint. And her name is Papoose. She's a baby. Well, she's not a baby. She's young. I call them all babies until they're seasoned. But she's very, very green. Not a lot of experience. So my friend had also brought her so she could get a little bit of show experience. So I rode Silver for all the classes, but then in one of the classes I entered this horse as well, just so she could get a little bit of experience in the show ring. So that's kind of what this page is about. It's me home from college, going to a horse show, and just showing the 2 horses I rode and just kind of explaining that this was Papooses first horse show and she did good, all that kind of stuff. But once I got all of this down, I also had some 6x6 papers that Kelly had included in this kit for me to use. So I went ahead and pulled in 2 colors that were complementary to the 4x6 cards I already pulled in. And now I am using these. I think they're the Catherine Puffy Stickers, and they are so cute. And they go so well with the Jenny collection as well. So I'm using those for my title. I wasn't quite sure what I was going to title it. I was going to say my 2 horses or something like that. And then I ended up saying like, well, that's going to use too many of one letter. So I was like, Steeds uses less letters than what I was going to use. So then I was like, well, maybe I'll do my 2 Steeds. And then that didn't fit in the gap I wanted it. So I ended up just doing my Steeds. And I was like, that'll make sense. There's obviously 2 of them. Steeds is plural, and I'll explain in the journaling. So that's kind of what I decided to go with. And then I also decided to pull in some of these kind of extras that Kelly included. She sent me these really cool, they're kind of like chalkboard black die cuts, and there's a couple arrows in there that I thought would be really cool design wise to have kind of pointing into the photos. So I'm trying to decide here where I'm going to build. I have these little tags that she included from various other collections, and I thought they were really cute. That yellow one especially has stars on it, so I like that those stars kind of mimicked the stars in one of those pocket cards. And I thought the green and the yellow went again with the background pocket cards, but also the 2 colors I decided to map my photos in. So I thought that looked really cool. But first I thought it needed like a pop. If I'm going to pull in these black chalkboard tags, which is what I decided at this point, I'm introducing black into this very colorful layout with no black in it yet. So I was like, you know what? We have this really cool black and white plaid ribbon. We're going to include that, and that'll help tie in the black elements to the rest of the page. So I put a whole strip of it running across the top of these pocket cards. I was debating on if I wanted to do ribbon on the bottom of these pocket cards as well, but in the end, between my title and my photos, there's not a whole lot of room for it. And I thought if I added it below the title, it would make things kind of look more blocky. And I was really liking how solid the top portion of this page was looking, and having my photos and everything trickle down from there. So now I'm kind of working on this vertical element. I have my black introduced with the ribbon, so I feel like I can pull in these black chalkboard tags and they make a little bit more sense. But I think that's such a fun, unexpected, bold pop, and I love what those add to this page. And I just think it's so cool that, you know, Kelly gave me these extra things to work with that I usually would not have pulled into Felicity Jane goodies. Like, this page looks so different for me than what I usually would do with Felicity Jane, and I really love experimenting that way. So I really liked that pop. And then she gave me a couple kind of random 3x4 cards from other collections, just a little mix. And one of them was a white card with this black circle that says Living Right Out Loud. And I thought that would be another nice little black pop to have kind of in a central cluster area, since I have these 2 black arrows on either side of the page. So I'm thinking I'm going to build a little cluster there over the right photo. And so I'm creating this diagonal trickle of embellishment, which I've been loving doing lately, apparently. But I'm really liking how that's looking. And now that I have that little circular element, I was like, okay, that's where I can layer up some of these tags and kind of give a base for this little cluster. I was really trying to use all 3 of these little tags that she had in this blue container. But the little one, I really just didn't need after I added this black text. So I'm going with just the green and the yellow, which I end up really liking because my photos are matted in a green and a yellow. So I think it kind of reflects that, and I think that looks really cool. And so I decided to, I can't see what I'm doing right now because I'm at the bottom of the screen, but I think I am putting some of the same ribbon I have on the top of the page through those twines, just so that's pulled in somewhere else. I really like having my tags threaded with something. They look naked without something, whether it be twine, thread, ribbon, whatever. But since I already have this ribbon running across the top of the page, I thought it would be cool to use that through the tags as well. And I think that looks really cool. So I'm just taping that down and getting it set. I'm still kind of debating, because this is all the ribbon I have on the page and it's all at the top of the page. I don't know if I want ribbon at the bottom of the page or not. I end up not putting anything, but I'm still looking at this page even after, you know, doing the voiceover, wondering if I want that ribbon replicated down at the bottom of the page just to help kind of balance it. So let me know what you guys think. I might just leave it as is. I think it looks kind of cool, but the instinct in me to kind of balance these things wants it on the bottom of the page as well. So I'm still not quite sure. But the reason I didn't was because I am doing journaling in black, and I was hoping that black plus the arrows on the bottom of the page would be enough down there. So again, just let me know what you guys think. But I'm just doing some journaling to try and kind of explain. It's pretty obvious. I'm on horses. We're at a horse show. But all the journaling says, I love horse show weekends. My main man, Silver, and I took home a blue and 3 yellow ribbons. Papoose, although still very green, came along for the experience and took home her very first ribbon ever. It was a white ribbon, but not bad for her first show. So anyone not familiar with ribbon colors, first place is blue, second place is red, third place is yellow. And I, for the life of me, keep mixing up the rest of them. I think it goes green, white, pink, or green, pink, white. I don't know. I am ashamed of myself. I can't remember the order of the ribbons, but the first 3 are really the only important ones. Silver is really fast. And of course, barrel racing, you need a fast horse. So we usually always place really high when I ride Silver. Of course, it was Papoose's first time at a horse show. She did good for, a green horse, and she's not terribly fast. I mean, she's not slow, but she's not Silver. So I was very proud of her that she got to take home a ribbon, even though it was 5th or 6th place. But yeah, I was very, very proud of her. So they both did wonderful. It's so much fun. I just love barrel racing with these guys. It's when you have a horse that loves the sport, it's a different experience. So now that I have that down, I'm trying to figure out kind of finishing touches. Definitely looks too plain, so I wanted to emphasize this scatter along the diagonal. So I have this washi booklet from the Henley collection, which I think I mentioned in the first process video for this month's How to Kill a Kit with Style. The Henley washi goes really well with the Jenny collection. She also sent me the Willow washi, but I'm trying to use that with the Hannah collection. So I did that on my first page, so now I'm using Jenny and trying to use the Henley washi. So there's a couple word stickers I thought went really well and kind of emphasized my color scheme. They are washi though, and since they're going on this aqua background, I didn't want them to look dull or faded. I really wanted you to be able to read them and see the true color because they were pretty. So I did just back them on a scrap piece of that white computer paper that I had next to my desk and fussy cut them out, and I glued them down on the page that way. That way it really stood out. And then I'm taking these puffy stars that came from the Amanda puffy sheet that she sent me and trickled those along the diagonal as well. But here are the close-ups. Thank you guys so much for watching. This was super fun, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.